Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I'm a mum of 3 in Suffolk in the UK and I home educate my 3 children. I thought I'd do a little chatty video today because as you'll have seen probably before, I am giving up my childminding business. I'm stopping my business and stopping childminding, and yesterday was my last school run. I'm doing next week because it's half term and then I'm finishing. And I thought I'd do a little vlog about kind of what I'm going to do going forward. Just excuse here, that's my piles of washing that are going to go away in a minute. I'm sat in my bedroom about to put the washing away. I don't know about you, but I pretty much do washing and drying clothes every day, and then I bring them up, put them in piles on my bedroom floor, and then like once a week put the piles away in the kids' drawers. So sorry for that. So yes, my last day is next Thursday. We're going to end with I'm hiring a bouncy castle for the garden. I've got some party games. I've got things like donut on a string, where I hold donuts and they have to eat them. The fastest person to eat it wins. Things like cards into cups. So I'm going to put some cups on the end of a table, like hanging off the table with sellotape, and they have to either roll a car or a penny. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, and if it goes into the cup they get a prize. I've bought them all these lovely little photo books. They're so cute. I made these little photo books. They're just like tiny, like 10 by 10 size, and I've all like adventures together over the last few years, and got them with a couple other little things, so I'm looking forward to giving them that, and I will be really sad to see them go because like particularly the after schoolers, I see them all the time. They're like part of our family really, and that will be really sad to not look after them anymore. And in the holiday, it's actually many lovely positive things about it. Like my children are always like, oh, what are we doing? And I do a little itinerary, and they love when it goes up on the door, and they love seeing what's on the itinerary and what we're going to be getting up to. And so I think they're going to really miss that, and I'm going to miss doing kind of those more creative things like that. It's quite fun when you can think of like creative things on a big scale. So like next week we're going to be making kinetic sand, we're going to be making Play-Doh, we're going to be making, there's something else fun we're going to be making in the mud kitchen. I can't remember what it is now. Anyway, I'm sure you'll find out because I'll do another vlog about that next week. And so there's things like that I'm really going to miss, and hanging out with them all. But I am excited to be finishing, and to just be able to spend time and my mental efforts and physical efforts with my own children. So if you've seen my other videos about big news on giving up childminding, I've kind of said why I'm giving it up. And mostly that's just because I feel like I really need to spend time with my children and really focus on them. My littlest in particular, she struggles with kind of emotional dysregulation, and there are times when ideally to help regulate her I need to be sitting with her and spending lots of time with her doing things, and when there's other children here that's basically impossible for me to do, but also when they're not here but I'm preparing, I've been setting up or clearing away for when they have been here or when they're about to arrive, I equally don't have the time to do that with her, and actually I feel like I'm doing her a little bit of a disservice now. Like I realise that everyone would love to have more time, but not everyone has that potential to have that more time with their children, especially when they get dysregulated like that, but I do. I don't we can work it so that financially I don't need to work, and actually I think that this is a really good time in life for me to do that. I think before I have always wanted to work as well. I actually really enjoy work, I enjoy doing other things, but that has often come at the detriment of my children, and if I don't need to do it, then for a little while I'm not going to. For years I have felt like I needed to be very busy, not only for my self-worth. I like to say to people, I like currently that when I say to people they say, oh, well, do you work? And I say, oh, actually, I homeschool my 3 children. And they're like, oh, I say, and I do childminding. They're like, literally everyone I talk to is like shocked. They're like, oh my goodness, you do so much. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But I don't want my self-worth to come from that. It doesn't matter what people think. If I say I do childminding or not, if I just say I do nothing, I sit in front of the TV all day, that's okay. That's down to me and how happy I am with that. But my self-worth is not kind of come from me saying how super busy I am. And it's not only my self-worth and what other people think of me, it's what I think of myself. And that for a long time was that the issue that I needed to feel super, super busy to feel worth and valued. And worried that if I wasn't, that I would feel lazy myself, that other people would see me as lazy. I still have this whole thing about being productive, but I'm not 100% productive. I find that really hard, actually, just to be and rest. And so I need to work on that. But right now I feel like after my healing from depression in last October, as you might have seen my other video about that, I feel like I don't need to find my value in being super busy. And I don't need to feel my worth in that, and I don't really mind so much what other people think. And secondly, I always felt like I had to be super, super busy just to survive the day, because I didn't want to have time to sit and think with my own thoughts, because they were very nice thoughts. But now again, since my healing, I just feel like that's really not an issue. Like, I actually want time to sit and rest and just be, and to do things that I really want to do, which I'll talk about in a second, but just to kind of not have to be physically busy all the time. A couple of things that I really, really, really want to focus on now going forward. Spending more time with my children, and education wise as well, particularly with my youngest. Well, with all of them, with the home education side, but educationally with my youngest, I want to do more things like little setups for her of things that she can just dip in and out of. So that might be like a post office role play station where she can then write letters, and that can really help her with her writing. That might be something more like building pyramids out of what they call sugar cubes, for our ancient Egyptian topic, or something, those kind of things that she can like dip in and out of. They're there. If she wants to do them, great. I know there's an educational part to that, but equally if she doesn't want to do them, that's fine. Well, I'm educating the other two, so the little one only takes me like 45 minutes, an hour a day to do most of her like kind of formal work, and the other two obviously take me a bit longer. Hope does mostly herself, but Sam takes me a little bit longer. And so the littlest is often then having to entertain herself. And she finds that sometimes absolutely fine, but sometimes difficult, as all children would. And so I want to be able to have the time and ability, the headspace and the actual time to set up these things. They're also for them just to be for her. So there's not lots of other children then coming in and playing with them. They're just for her. Which I'm sure I said that on my last video about why I'm giving up childminding as well. So I'm really forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to, with all of them, helping them with their social things, certainly with the older two, being able to take them to more groups where children there are their age. They can get to know. A lot of the time we're invited to things and we're like, we just can't make it because I've got to go on the school run, etc. And I want to be able to plan in more things, like really plan each of our days, making sure we're doing things like getting out for bike rides and walks and swimming and things like that. They all need to do that. They all need the kind of exercise and the kind of learning sports. There's local tennis courts around us, and I could take them there to play, but at the moment the days are so rushed because I'm working like 5 hours a day. That's very hard to fit all of that in. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm really going to try and kind of carve out time for all of those. I like writing things down, getting things organised. So I'm really going to try hard on that front. Sam also has dyspraxia, and so he really needs to practice regularly things like swimming and bike riding, because apparently with dyspraxia you can actually lose those skills. you can like unlearn them. And so I'm going to make a really big point to do things like that. So I think, you know, from a rounded educational point of view as well, and a home education point of view, that's what I'm really looking forward to, having the time to do all of those things, to, as I said, really concentrate on the littlest and spending time with her. I mean, all of them as well, obviously, but with her, particularly with her getting kind of dysregulated quite easily. Looking into what I can do to help her a little bit more. As you will probably know, she is adopted and very hard to know with adopted children whether some of their behaviour is because of trauma that they've experienced in the past, or whether she's got ADHD or whatever. Those trauma and ADHD can seem like really similar, but I would say she's definitely got something like that. Not that I've had her diagnosed, don't know whether we want to really, but certainly I you know, she can have challenges in her behaviour, should we say, like that. And I think that the more time I can spend with her, the better, really. I also really want to work on ultra processed food, because I think this will really help my children with their behaviours. Sam also has autism, and so I think that I've heard a lot about how like getting your gut health really good is really helpful for helping them to not feel so dysregulated, and I think that will help a lot. It's obviously just good for everyone too. I often now feel like I have to resort to like shop bought food and things that are more processed than I'd want them to be, and I wanted to get away from that. I really want to kind of as much as I can get away from the processed food. You might have seen some of my videos a few months ago when I was just starting to kind of learn about ultra processed food, and I started to make some. Then it actually just was taking me hours. It was taking me like 6 to 8 hours on a Monday night, because I had to do it all in one go, because then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm working, and that was just too much. And so I'm hoping that what I'll be able to do is maybe like a little bit every day, or like a little bit more on one day, but not so much as like 6 to 8 hours, because that was just getting too much. So I really hope that I'll be able to do some nice meals and foods and snacks which aren't so processed, and really focus on that. Thirdly and finally, I guess really, I want to be able to focus more on things that we're doing at church. I currently feel like I don't have a lot of time to do sermons and things like that, and prepare things that I want to at church. I do kind of get some time, but it's like a snippet here and a snippet there, and I kind of want to do a little bit more, and also meeting people, and I can do that a little bit more if I've got currently, if I want to meet someone, I need to do it before kind of I guess 1 o'clock. I can need to do it before 1 o'clock in the day, so that we can get ready for then childminding, and that means that I need to have done all their schoolwork as well. And so often then I end up rushing the schoolwork so that I can meet someone to talk about something to do with church, which is my real passion and love, you know, and then it's all just a bit of a rush, and I don't want it to be a rush anymore. So actually now I could easily meet someone at 3 o'clock for a cup of tea and talk to them about church things, and I'm really looking forward to that, and being able to have that time to put more into that, rather than just kind of trying to fit it in everywhere. I have a few concerns in that, as I said, if I'm not busy, I find it difficult, but I think that that's something that I need to learn, that just being is actually fine, and actually I don't have to be doing things all the time. I can just be spending time with my children, and that's actually equally really nice, and I'm very good at spending time with them out of the house. And teaching them is fine, because it's like there's a regimented thing, but when it's that time where you know you haven't got work planned, like educational work planned for them, and you haven't got an activity, or you're not outside, I find that really difficult. I'm not very good at playing. I don't want to play role play games. That's why I have other children, so they can do that. And to be fair, only the youngest really wants to play them now. But yeah, I need to find out ways and to be able to spend time with them that is not at a coffee shop. And it's not, you know, I all know I love a coffee shop, and it's not you know, doing stuff outside. Like I need to think that's how we can find another time. I'm looking forward to getting a new little kind of balance in, because the kids would often stay in if they had the choice, and I love going out. I find it hard to stay in, but and I don't think it's always good for them to stay in, but there has got to be some kind of balance between, like, I don't mind even going out for like just an hour and then coming home. I just feel like I need to get out in the mornings. I had this yesterday where I was childminding, but weirdly I was only childminding one child. It just happened out that way. It's really strange. And so it just wasn't as much prep at all. And so we did have quite a lot of work to do. So we did quite a lot of work in the morning, but then I just didn't really know what to do. Like, the kids were playing fine. In the end, I ended up cleaning all of upstairs, hoovering upstairs and cleaning out the rabbits, which would normally be my job for a Friday, but I didn't have to do them, and that was really lovely, but it just felt really odd. And then I didn't even leave the house until about 2 o'clock, when I needed to quickly go and get some straw for the animals, and it just seemed really weird. Like that, I was like, oh, I'm out, I'm so happy, and I kind of wish I'd gone out in the morning, but then we want to do work in the morning, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to think of a new little routine. If you're like me and you feel like you need to leave the house, but obviously you also then need to like teach your children, can you tell me what you do? Because I'd be really fascinated. I'm really looking forward to spending a bit more time on their projects as well. Being able to do things a bit longer. The other day we made these biscuits for the like ancient Egyptian biscuits, and it took me 2 days, because I was like, oh, we have to do this now, oh, we've run out of time, oh, we've got to do this, oh, we've run out of time. And I look forward to just being able to give that a nice chunk of time, it taking a little while and that being really lovely. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that as my next steps of what I'm going to do then. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon. Bye.